If you think love is soft, you haven't heard this tale. Stay till the end. Because this story doesn't whisper, it roars. He could have slaughtered them all. But instead, he chose to wait. Not out of fear, but out of love. And when he finally moved, the desert itself bowed to his patience. They say the desert remembers. It remembers footsteps, blood, and promises whispered between lovers beneath the setting sun. In the ancient dunes of Mali, under the shade of a great baobab tree, lived a quiet warrior named Ko. To most he was just another fighter. Strong, focused, silent. But behind that silence burned a flame. Flame named Zola. Zola was not just beautiful. She was wisdom in motion. Her laugh was rare. But when it came, it made the wind pause to listen. One night, as the sun died in golden waves across the sand, she looked at Ko and whispered, "If your love is true, then promise me this. When the time comes, choose not what is easy, but what is right." Ko smirked, confident and bold. "If sand turns into swords, I'll wield them all for you." And in that moment, even the desert smiled. But the gods are always listening, and they test what we claim to cherish. One dark night, war came riding like a shadow. A rival tribe, fierce, hungry, burned villages, shattered peace, and stole Zola from her home. Ko returned too late. Only ashes and silence remained. But the fire inside him had just begun to burn. He had two paths before him: revenge, loud, quick, and glorious, or something else, slower, martyr, riskier. He remembered Zola's words. Choose what is right. So Ko buried his pride and walked into the enemy's world. As a slave, he served, he listened, he watched, 3 long years. And every night, he saw her, Ola, still radiant, still strong, but behind golden walls, a prisoner of silence. If you've made it this far, then perhaps like Ko, you understand that some stories are worth waiting for. So take a moment, subscribe to Ebony Truth's Tales, tap the bell icon, and let stories like this keep finding your soul. Ko waited, and waited. Others mocked him. Even his own soul screamed, "Fight, burn, kill." But he remembered her voice. That moment beneath the baobab tree. And so he stayed silent. Until one night, everything aligned. The guards drank too much. The sky turned silver. And Ko became the storm. No sword. Only a wooden staff. And a love sharpened by time. 10 guards. 10 broken bodies. Not in rage, but in rhythm. Each strike, a note of a promise kept. He opened her door. Zola stood still, eyes wide with disbelief. Ko! He stepped forward, smiling softly. "You said if sand turned into swords, I should wield them. I did better. I became the sand." She ran into his arms. No words, just the sound of 2 souls, finally breathing again. Together, they vanished that night. Some say they built a secret village beyond the dunes. Others believe they became wind and fire. But those who listen to the desert still hear her voice. True love waits. True love endures. And true love knows when to fight. This was the promise of the sand. A story of patience, passion, and power without pride. If it moved you, then let this be your first promise. Subscribe, ring the bell, and let the next tale find you. Because some stories aren't told just for entertainment. They're meant to awaken something deeper.